now for another episode of Podcast Digest. Would that be a boring? That would be a boring podcast. The Podcast Digest. You've completely got no ideas and no personality. You're going to do a podcast review podcast. Probably already exists. Anyway, and as time with Adam Piggott, coincidentally, TJ Martinell has started up his podcast again, the Mountain Pass Podcast. And I was, of course, if you look at the thumbnail I put together, I was at TJ's expense. I don't think in all of our transaction there has ever been a deposit I've made into TJ's account in terms of a compliment. It has always been a cost. It has always been an insult and an expense. And I said, and TJ Martinell, because everyone likes Reese the dog. But then it dawned on me, I got to ask TJ about it. Does he get to see Reese anymore? Like, Reese must be heartbroken after not having his buddy anymore. So TJ Martinell is back. I did listen to his first podcast because he says, hey, you might want to tune in. I reviewed the book. And it was I forgot TJ is a good podcast. Look, by the way, I don't promote these people if they're not that good. I've had plenty of people come up to me, hey, will you promote my podcast? So I'm like, okay, how many episodes you got? 3? No, I won't promote your podcast. When you hit 50, let me know. Then I'll listen to it. Then I'll promote it. And I absolutely would tune in regularly to teach it, but I forgot how deep and philosophical he was. We always pick on him. They're like, oh yeah, this guy's a little bit more in depth. He did one episode I really enjoyed where he gave up buying stuff online because of the nightmare of having to, oh, we don't recognize your login address, so now we need to send you a text to your email. Then you log into the email or tried to, and it says, oh, we don't have that. We're going to send you and it ended up to buy some socks. Ended up being a 45-minute endeavor. He's like, I'm not doing it anymore. And I went through something similar with a solar panel array where I literally spent 6 hours trying to return the darn thing because no one at Amazon or the delivery companies knew what to do. So it was good. I appreciate it. But yeah, last night I ended up falling asleep before he got to the review of my book. What does DJ think of my book? Oh, what does DJ think of my book? And that's how most of my knowledge of European history is I know the first part of the battles, but then I drift off and fall asleep after a while. So I don't really know what happened at Agincourt. Did the British win or did the French win? I don't know. What happened? Anyway, so so TJ Martinell is back and he has his first podcast and it was good as always. And there was a deep philosophical observation he had, and I forgot because I was about to fall asleep anyway. So there. But yeah, I hope he gets to see Reese again. That Reese dog, man. I remember hiking with Reese. That was fun. he was supposed to be an old dog, and he was just I think these dogs, if they're never let out to play, they just save their youth. And then when someone's ready to go play with them, they boom, that's when they hit. Because the dog of no real value is like the dog of no real value is 8. So she's a middle-aged woman, but man, she's the fastest dog out there at the dog park. And boy, she'll run herself ragged and happy, and then she just poof. Like on the way out to the dog park, snot on the windows, exciting. Like, calm down. And then after throwing the ball for an hour, just poof out, much more relaxed. Although the dog is panting, the entire car shakes because it's a sizable dog and I don't have that big of a car. Anyway, tjmartinell.com. The link is down below. The Mountain Pass Podcast. I'm sure it's on SoundCloud or something like that. We'll see you guys later, Tools.